Great Coasters International always goes above and beyond with their creations of wooden roller coasters. And Thunderhead is no exception of that. Thunderhead is an awesome GCI Woody at Dollywood in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. I'm here to review the coaster. So, this is my first of many reviews coming. I rode 6 major coasters. I did not get to Mystery Mine. It was having problems all day. It broke down twice while I was in line for it, and then the second time it never reopened for the day. So that was a bummer, but anyways, let's just get right into it. So we're going to start with some stats. Thunderhead is 100.4 feet tall. It is actually not that tall compared to some of the other coasters here. It's about right on par with a few of the other ones. And the thing is, since we're up in the mountains, like the mountains on the sides make it look small since the mountains are so large. Anyways, so you're gonna make a nice little, what is it? I think it's 270-degree turn out of the station to the right hand side. You pull some nice laterals on that. Like I was like bending over to the side. I was like I hit my brother's head at that point. So we head up the lift hill. You get a great view of the new Kitty Coaster, Whistle Punk Chaser, and I have no idea why I ranked that so high in my top 9 coasters at Dollywood. So anyways, they're going to come off the lift hill, and the drop is actually a nice drop. You get some floater air on it, believe it or not. If it was not a twisting drop, then I believe it would have been much better. And that first overbank turn is nice. And then I can't remember the rest of the layout since it's so scattered and twisted. There's lots of high degree bank turns where it's really steep and it's a quick, sharp turn. And that's the one thing I love about this turn. It's the perfect mix. It's like right in the middle of 2 jerky and like boringly smooth turns. It has that perfect balance to it. Makes it like a fun wooden coaster. Its max speed is only 51 miles per hour from what I've heard, from what I know. Yeah, sorry. But it feels like you're going fast the whole time. It doesn't really lose speed. I'd say it keeps about at least 40 miles per hour the entire ride, which is pretty cool, I guess. So then there's this one problem that I have with it. It is the smoothness. This is not very smooth coaster. Some have said the rattle has gotten worse over the years, and I couldn't agree any more. That rattle is so unbearable to me. I would honestly compare that rattle to Gwazi's rattle. That was awful. I sat in the back row on my first ride, and I did not sit back there again. But then I moved up to the front row for my second and third ride, and I enjoyed myself a lot on it. There was very minimal rattle. It was like an average wooden coaster rattle. So for a wooden coaster, I would give it an 8 out of 10 on the smoothness. But in the back row, I would give it a 3 out of 10. And don't sit on the right side either. Because I think I rode it like a 4th and 5th time, and I rode it in just like somewhere in the middle because my mom was with me, and she was like, let's just go wherever shortest. So, yeah, I rode both of them on the right side, and it rattled my skull. There was just this sensation in my brain. It was so uncomfortable. So if you ride this, just make sure you ride in the front row. And if you're not riding in the front row, try to sit on the left side. I don't know what that has to do with it, but when I sat in the left side on my final ride, it actually got better. So airtime, when you're sitting in the back row, there's like no difference between the front row and back row airtime. I would say they're about equal, because back row you're gonna be flung around things you won't be flung around the front row. In front row you get some pops that you don't quite get in the back row. But still, I highly recommend front row for this ride. It's a great ride. It's fun. This is good for the whole family. Not too intense airtime. There's a few ejector moments, but they don't last for too long. That's my thing with GCI. A lot of their airtime moments that they create just don't last forever. But GCI definitely knocked it out of the ballpark with this one. I'd say it uses the terrain fairly well. The roughness is just something that needs to be fixed. I would recommend a GCI retracking of this ride. It just needs to be fixed. It probably won't get that much better, but it probably will still get better. So, if I had to rate this ride out of 10, I would give it an 8.5. This is a great ride. This ride misses my top 10 just because of the roughness that I experienced in the back rows. So make sure when you ride this thing, you ride in the front row and you get multiple rides because there was no line for it when we went to Dollywood. So that's my final take on Thunderhead, guys. So thank you so much for watching. Be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe for daily content soon. And as always, I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.